what you're used to playing, isn't it? I mean, they make a lot of contact. They don't strike out a lot. They put the ball in play. What do you think about it in your first look at it?
Actually, there are a lot as far as putting the ball in play, like the Brewers. I just thought tonight Blake just didn't have good fastball command. He was working deeper counts. When he had count leverage, you really couldn't put him away because they were putting the ball in play. And, there were just a couple bad walks in there. But you got to give those guys credit. They certainly fought.
Yeah, just kind of what did you see go wrong in the sixth inning, both with Blake and then the guys out of the pen?
It's just, Bichette's a tough guy to walk. You walk him, then Kirk does what he does, shoots the hole, and then, you walk Varsho. And, right there, that was going to be his last hitter, Varsho, but obviously he put Emmett in a tough spot. And, then he gets strike one on Clement, then a breaking ball's a little bit higher, and then, the change up to Jimenez was a big hit. And then obviously trying to keep the game close, and Barger hits a hanging slider. So we just didn't make pitches when we needed to keep that game close.
Obviously, Emmett and Anthony specifically, given the state of the pen, are probably going to have big roles to play this series. Is it concerning to see them kind of struggle like they did in that inning right there? Or how do you need them to bounce back?
They need to bounce back. I wouldn't say concerning. I mean, Anthony's been very good for us, and he left a breaking ball up. But, with the construct of the pen, we're going to need them. And so we got a long way to go, a lot of baseball, but they certainly got to make good pitches.
Having done this several times, would you prefer to go straight into it without the week layoff looking back?
Honestly, I really don't think the week layoff had anything to do with tonight. I really don't. We were rested. I thought we were in a good spot. We had a 2-0 lead, and then Varsho hits a homer, and, we didn't pitch well after that. So I really, honestly, Ron, don't think that had anything to do with it.
Go back to Jack.
Just with the offense, what's kind of missing in your guys' inability to turn some of those scoring chances into bigger innings like you were, earlier coming in down the stretch of the regular season?
Yeah, there was just, and I think even, you look back at, last couple of weeks, there's some pivotal at-bats that can flip games that I think that we can be better at. At times I think that the offense looks great as far as building innings, but there's some key at-bats that, you got to win pitches and, use the other side of the field, get a hit, take a walk, whatever it might be. But I think that, we can be better. We need to be better. Gausman, these guys are fired up. They're playing good baseball. So, just 1 through 9, we just got to continue to take good at-bats and play good baseball, then we'll be fine.
Dave, what did you think of Shohei today? I mean, he hit the home run, but the overall result is kind of mixed. What did you feel?
Yeah, the homer was nice. Hopefully he can kind of build on that one. But yeah, it was, he's going to be all right. Obviously you like him with the bases loaded, and, Yosevich made a good pitch with the split down below. But, Shohei's going to be fine.
You guys had a lot of plate discipline in the early innings against Trey. Was that deliberate going in, knowing just make sure it's in the strike zone, and try to let him fall behind?
It was. He lives and dies by that split, certainly versus left, and we really try to stay stubborn in the hitting zone. And, we got to their pin in the 5th inning. So I thought on that side of it, we did a good job, but we just couldn't get that 1 or 2 at-bats to really, create a little bit more distance.